today we are going to be making a platformer game in Scratch. You can follow along. This is part 1. So first you just go here, you select the square tool, you do the ground color, whatever you want. Then you make it this, and then after that, now click back into Scratch Cat. You can make this whatever character you want. Just make sure, so like minimum minimum size like 23 by 23. But yeah, like it's just ridiculous if you don't do 23 by 23. If you do more than 23 by 23. First you're gonna have code, and then you do what if I clicked forever. Let me check something. This is something we have. Never mind. If make a new variable called velocity. And equals 0, and just delete all of this. Don't delete the velocity variable. We're going to need that later. Not touching color. Copy this color right there. Change Y by velocity. Change Y by velocity. Change velocity by -1. So then you should have that. He falls. And if you do a higher Y position, for example, 100, he starts and then he falls onto the ground. And if you do that, I'm gonna have to figure something out. If then touching color green. Okay, wait 1 second, guys. Okay, so I just had to copy something over real quick from one of my other projects that I made. It was this sequence. It was the thing that makes you pop out of the ground. It doesn't bounce you. I mean, this was from the other project. You do -2. I'm going to give you a second to copy this. Pause the video whenever you want. I will let you take your time. And then after that, you can put this. Take that out. No, actually don't do that. And then you put repeat until touching color green. And also delete the thing that was right there. That was my mistake. And then repeat until touching color green. And then after that, set velocity to that. Change Y by velocity. Set velocity to 0. And then it'll make him bounce off the ground. Like that. So, if I did, if you want to make the velocity stronger, just make this -5 or something. And then he'll go down faster. Oh my gosh, that's a huge bouncing issue. Do it up to 1. You can't make it stronger because then it will break. Yeah, so it bounces. There's a little bit of a glide there. And we will not get to that part. But I'm so sorry about that. But if you go to backdrops and then you make a blue circle. Not a circle, square, I meant. and then you paste it in there. You can just change that to a sky color. Oh, I accidentally made it red. Change that to the color of the sky. Color of the sky. There we go. And then, oh wait, he's in the floor a little bit. Let's fix that. And then after that, you can make your own background. Just make sure you keep this color. And if you change it, go into Sprite 1, and then you change that to the ground color. Okay, so I've created a background where it's like that. So it's just the sun and some clouds and some mountains. It's a pretty basic background. And as you can see, this is all that I did. I did not use anything for my numbers. And also, yeah, you can probably tell from the sun in the corner. It's just cut off there. So yeah, I gave you guys a little bit of time to make a background, but you could pause the video whenever you want. So I didn't give you that much time, but it's fine. You can pause the video whenever you want. And now we're going to have to go into the cat. We're going to have to select the square tool, make that green, make it like that. This is a total choice of yours. I'm just doing this to make the cat look better. You copy the green, you do that, you go back, you turn it, you add a square on there, you turn it again, you squish it in kind of like that, and then you have a backpack for it. And this is going to be kind of, makes sense because we're going to be adding an inventory and tree chopping and stuff like that. So then, after that, you're going to want to click back into code. You're going to go into and flag clicked, another flag clicked. Oh, and if you're wondering why my blocks look like this, it's just because of this. Scratch extensions. Yeah, I wanted to try out the cat blocks. That's about it. And then after that, you're going to want to do forever loop right there. If then, right arrow key press. Then move 10 steps. Set rotation style to left, right. Point in direction 90. Then you click that. You duplicate that. You set it to left arrow. You change the direction to negative 90. And then if you do flag clicked, he can move around and out. If this is a little too fast for you, it's fine. We're going to animate this guy later, but for now, this is all I have. In a later episode, we're going to animate him. But for now, we're going to program an inventory. Create a new sprite. Name it items. Zoom in a bit. Make whatever the heck you want in here. And then just do whatever you want. I'm just going to do a green blob. We're going to make resources and crafting. As well as animals for food, obviously. And you shrink it down to size. I'm going to name it bush. I know this is not a bush, but it just kind of looks like one. You can name the item whatever you're going to call it. And then go into the item sprites code. Do when flag clicked. When space key pressed. This is going to be just a placeholder for now. When space key pressed, repeat 10. Go to 0, 0. And then you do, and then after that, you're going to want to make a create clone of myself. And then when I start as clone, we're not going to make a velocity system for, yeah. Because I made a velocity system for items in one of my other games, and it glitched out and made all of the items go super far out fast. So we're not going to be making a velocity system for these. -1. Repeat until touching color green. After that, you're gonna wanna wait until touching sprite 1. No, that's key space first. Touching sprite 1. And then after that, you're gonna wanna do you're gonna make a new list. Call it inventory. Yes, inventory. And then do OK. As you can see, this inventory list is shown up. You make it this long, like that, and then you pull it down a bit so it's symmetrical and not messy. And then add costume name to inventory. It should work. So now you do hide the sprite, you do show when I start as clone, and then if you walk away, press space, all of the items are going to fall down. And then you can pick them up, and it adds. I forgot to do something. Do delete this clone at the end of that. And then after that, set X to pick random -10 to 10. And then it should be less messy, so you can do that. And then it does that. You would pick it up and there's more of the item in your inventory. That's the end of today's platformer episode. Make sure you save the project that you've made, and then make sure that you prepare for next episode by going into File and saving it as a copy. Just so that when you restart the game, if there's a bug in tutorial number 2, you can just go to tutorial number 1 and restart the tutorial. Well, bye. That's the end of today's video.